Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Yoga Dharma Harinam Sankirtan ki, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki, His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhuji ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So we would like to welcome all the devotees for today morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. We are very fortunate today that we have among us His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu. Hari Bol. So devotees who do not know Dina Bandhu Prabhu, for their benefit, I would like to read his introduction. His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu is born in Los Angeles, California in USA. He joined Krishna Consciousness movement in Boulder, Colorado in 1969. He first met Srila Prabhupada in 1970 in LA, where he got initiated. He opened the first temple in Dallas, Texas. He was the president of Portland Temple from 1972 to 1978. 1980 he moved to Colombia and he preached in Spanish. 1984 he moved to Vrindavan. 1986 he was appointed the president of Krishna Balaram Temple in Vrindavan for 3 years and 3 months. Around 1988 Baba Madhav Das approached him to take over the restoration project of Vrindavan Kund. He started taking people out on parikrama since he was president. In 2003, a beautiful carved stone temple of Srimati Vrinda Devi was inaugurated in Vrindakund, which Dina Bandhu Prabhu maintained for last 30 years. Among various other significant projects in Vrindavan, Dina Bandhu Prabhu has helped in restoring the Samadhi Mandir, the burial chamber of the great saint Srila Sanatan Goswami. He has also been an active supporter to restore the sacred river Yamuna in Vrindavan. Whoever he comes across, he humbly invites them to come to Vrindavan and have darshan of all the holy places. So we are very, very fortunate that we have amongst us today a Brajvasi who is going to actually tell us Brajalila today. Hare Krishna, Hare Bol. His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu ki jai. Hare Krishna. Also this request that devotees, if you can keep their mobiles on silent mode, or if you can switch off their mobiles, that would be great. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Marva Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Pijana Vallabha Giri Gopi Jana Vallabha Giri Varadhari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Ishoranandana Prajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Prajanaranjana. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Ijaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yasodanandana Prajanaranjana. Yashodanandana Prajanaranjana. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Jamuna Tiravanachari. Ijaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Sri Sri Radha Madhava Ki Jai. Nitalila Vishnu Vishnupada Divine Grace Lacey Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Ananta Guri Vaishnavrinda Ki Sadgoswami Prabhu Ki Namacharya Sri Haridas Thakur Ki Prem Se Kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopi Gop Shama Kun Radha Kun Giri Govardhan Ki Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Sri Sri Radha Bharanishwar Ki Jai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled body. All glories to the assembled body. All glories to the assembled body. All glories, all glories, all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. Glories to you, Srila Prabhupada. So it's a very great pleasure and honor for me to be here in Balaramdesh after a very long time. So we're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 1. Text number 6, 7. That's what I studied with 7 and 8. Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Is the verse written somewhere? Oh, okay. Toshaha, Pratoshaha, Santoshaha, Santosho, Badraha, Shantir, Idaspati, Idmaha, Kavir, Vibhu, Swanaha, Sudevo, Rochano, Dvishat, Tosa Pratosha Santosho, Badrak Santir Idaspati, Idma Kabir Vibhushwana, Sudevo Rochano Dvishat, Tosa Pratosha Santosho, Badra Shantir Idaspati, Idma Kabir Vibhuswana, Sudevo Rochano Dvishat. Ladies. Toshaha, Tosha, Pratosha, Pratosha, Santosha, Santosha, Bhadraha, Bhadra, Shanti, Shanti, Idaspati, Idaspati, Idmaha, Idma, Kavi, Kavi, Vibhu, Vibhu, Swahana, Swahana, Sudeva, Sudeva, Rochana, Rochana, Dvishat, 12. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. The 12 boys born of Yajna and Dakshina were named Tosha, Pratosha, Santosha, Bhadra, Shanti, Idaspati, Idma, Kavi, Vibhu, Swana, Sudeva, and Rochan. So this is the chapter genealogical table of the daughters of Manu. So no purport. I'll read text number 8. Tushita te deva asan swayam bhuvantare marichi misra vishayo yagya sura ganeshwaraha. During the time of Swayambhuva Manu, these sons all became the demigods collectively named the Tushitas. Marichi became the head of the 7 rishis, and Yagya became the king of the demigods, Indra. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. During the life of Swayambhuva Manu, 6 kinds of living entities were generated from the demigods, known as the Tushitas. From the sages headed by Marichi, and from the descendants of Yagya, king of the demigods, and all of them expanded their progeny to observe the order of the Lord, to fill the universe with living entities. These 6 kinds of living entities are known as Manus, Devas, Manuputras, Amsavataras, Sureshwaras, and Rishis. Yagya, being the incarnation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, became the leaders of the demigods, Indra. It was very interesting. Krishna had become the Indra. So this is one of the special features of Bhagavatam. It sometimes gives tables of all the different great sages and demigods and great personalities in the universe. So just by hearing all these wonderful names, Tosha, Santosha, Pratosha, we hear all these wonderful names, Shanti, Bhadra, we hear all these nice names, we become purified. And here it mentioned that there was one rishi named Marichi. And he's also somewhat connected to Jamastami Lila. Because Marichi had 6 sons. And those 6 sons, they committed an offense to Lord Brahma. So they were cursed to become demons. So some Puranas say they were sons or grandsons of Hiranya Kashipu. Some Puranas say sons, some Puranas say grandsons. So, and these 6 sons, they one time decided they wanted to become as powerful as Hiranyakashipu. So they went off to propitiate the different demigods in order to become as powerful as their father or their grandfather. And Hiranyakashipu found out, so he became very furious. Because Hiranyakashipu, he was considering himself to be the greatest person in the universe. Why these boys are going to someone else besides me? So he cursed them that they would be killed by their own father in their next lifetimes. So these were the 6 sons of Devaki. We know that Devaki had 6 sons who were killed by Kans, because Kans was such a demon. And as we mentioned last night, these were our good friends, Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, and Matsarya. Lust, anger, greed, etc. That we honor very greatly, and we serve very greatly. Therefore this Hare Krishna mantra is that, Hare, now I'm taking shelter of the spiritual energy of the Lord. For so long I've been under this material energy, serving these very bad masters, lust, anger, greed, envy, etc. And they've been beating me and beating me. They're never satisfied. You have to do more, you have to do more. They're beating me and beating me. Now I'm turning to you, oh my dear Lord, please give me shelter of your Hare, your spiritual energy, Radharani. And please engage me in your service. I'm tired of serving all these bad masters. Now let me serve you. So these 6 faults have to be cleaned out from the heart so before the Lord can appear. So these were the way back the sons of Marichi. So this Swayambhuva Manu, this is very interesting because he was the Manu who was ruling at the time of Dhruva Maharaj. And Manu, he had one son named Uttanapada. In Uttanapada, he made his capital in Bahismati, which is not far from Kanpur. Anybody here from Kanpur? Oh, we have someone from Kanpur. Just nearby is Bahismati, also known as Brahmaranya. And nowadays I can't remember what it's called. It's slipping my mind. Since COVID, I can't remember many things. So, anyway, Uttanapada, because he was a great king, and it was permitted for the kings to have more than one wife, because they could maintain all of them equally. And so this was permitted by the great kings. So he had one wife. First wife was Suniti. And later he took a second wife, Suruchi. And since she was younger, this nature of the material energy, somehow or other he became more attached to the younger wife. So one time, and Suniti's son was Dhruva, and Suruchi's son was Uttam. And one time Uttam was sitting on the lap of his father, and so Dhruva, he came. He also wanted to sit on the lap of Maharaj Uttanapada. And he was trying to get up, and his mother spoke very cruel words. That you're not born for my room. You don't have any right to sit on my husband's lap. Maybe if you worship the Lord and come, and by His mercy you come back, take birth from my womb, then you can stay there. Go there. So Dhruv, he was a Kshatriya. He could understand these cruel words. He understood the politics behind all this, that somehow or other Suniti was going to use her control over Maharaj Uttanapada to make her son the next king, although actually the next king should be the eldest son. But since she had Maharaj Uttanapada under her control, she was going to make sure that Uttam became the next king. So he went running to his mother, Suniti, and he was crying and crying, and he told his mother, this is what happened. And she said, what can I do? Your father's more attached to the younger wife. Nothing I can do. Only God can help you. Only Bhagavan can help you. So Dhruva Maharaj, he said, so where is this Bhagavan? So, in one lecture, Prabhupada explains, Suniti, she was a very simple woman. She says, I don't know, but all sages and rishis, they go to the forest. So maybe the Bhagavan lives in the forest. So, Dhruva Maharaj decided, all right, I'm going to the forest to find out this Bhagavan, and I will ask him for a kingdom even greater than my great-grandfather. His grandfather is Manu, so Manu's father is Brahma. He wants a greater kingdom than Brahma, whose kingdom is the whole universe. He was Kshatriya boy. His blood was boiling and his ambitions were great. So he immediately left for the forest. And one time in 1989 Kumbh Mela in Prayag, somebody was advertising their product. In those days there wasn't digital screens. They had a rear projection screen, if you remember projectors. So they had these rear projection screens, big 15-foot by 15-foot screens all over the Kumbh Kshetra, and they were showing all nice dharmic films, you know, with turning of the ocean of milk and Krishna Lila and so many things. So one night they were showing Dhruv Lila. So I was walking around Kumbh Mela, and I was seeing, and they it must be in some of the Puranas, it's not in Bhagavatam, but what happened was that Maharaj Uttanapada, he found out that Dhruv was going to the forest. So he decided to go and bring him back. So he was getting ready to go, and Suruchi came and asked him where he's going, and he told that he's going to bring back Dhruva from the forest. And Prabhupada said the woman's secret weapon is tears, and she began to cry. Oh, you're going away and leaving me. So poor Uttanapada, he couldn't go and bring Dhruva back. So the next scene, somehow or other, Swayambhuva Manu appears. And Uttanapada, oh Pitasri, Pranam, Swagat Pitasri. And Swayambhuva Manu asked him, hey Vats, how are the citizens in your kingdom very happy? Because different type of people, we ask different things. For a Brahmin, we'll ask, your bhajan is going on nicely, your yajna is going nicely. For a merchant, we'll ask, is your business going nicely? You know, for Sudra, your seva is going on. So for Kshatriya, we ask, are the citizens in your kingdom happy? Are they satisfied? He said, oh, Pitasri, by your mercy, everyone in my kingdom is very satisfied. And Manu became very grave. He said, yes? And Suniti and Dhruv, they're not your citizens? Are they happy? Are they happy? Are they satisfied? Tell me. And Uttanapada, he began to tremble. He said, when even in your family such injustice, anyaya is going on, what can we speak of your kingdom? And why is this injustice going on? Kisi choti si nari ki sundarta ke liye ye anyaya ho raha hai. Very, very dramatic scene. Very dramatic scene. So this company, they were using these films to advertise their product. So right at that point, very, very dramatic scene. Ye anyaya ho raha hai. Kisi choti si nari ki sundarta ke liye ye anyaya ho raha hai. And just then the commercial came on. Fair and lovely. Do, 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 do. They were advertising some beauty soap. I was just rolling on the sand laughing. Because in Kumbh Mela, there's only sand, sky, and sun. And somehow between these three things, this huge city appears on the bank of the Ganga and Jamuna. So I'm just rolling in the sand. So then we know Dhruv, he went off to, which van did he go to? Madhuvan. This is probably one of the closest vans to our temple in Vrindavan. Just about a half hour down the road, you can take a right turn and go down, and you come to Dhruv Tila, where Dhruv Maharaj performed his penances. And Dhruv Maharaj, first, he was tested by Narad Muni. And Narad Muni told him that, my dear boy, why are you going to the forest? You're a king's son. You're used to nice opulent life, nice paneer sabji and kheer. You'll only get berries that only the monkeys eat. You're used to sleeping in a nice soft bed, as soft and white as the foam of milk. You only get dry grass and leaves to sleep on. Better you go home and do your Krishna consciousness. Just like we see so many times, some young boy joins the temple and immediately the mother and father come and they're crying, "But why do you have to move into the ashram? You can do your Krishna consciousness at home." So, in the lecture, Prabhupada said, Dhruva Maharaj said, "My dear sir, if you can tell me something about how to find out Krishna, you speak, otherwise, choop." So Narad Muni, because Prabhupada said, it is the duty of the spiritual master first to test his disciple. Is he serious or not? So, just like in our Krishna consciousness movement, if somebody wants to take initiation, first they have to follow the 4 regular principles and chant 16 rounds for at least 6 months. Just like when you go to Dhruv Tila, you'll pass by a very ugly, looks like an imitation of the Taj Mahal. There's some guy there, and he gives, or he used to give, initiation for 2 rupees. So he had lakh disciples. So not like that. This is a very serious thing. So Narad Muni saw that Dhruva Maharaj, he's very serious. So he told him that you go to that very auspicious forest of Madhuvan on the bank of the Jamuna. You go there and perform penances and austerities. That is the best place. So then, our Dhruva Maharaj, he circumambulated Narad Muni, paid his obeisances, and he left for Madhuvan. So this is a very special place. This is mentioned, this is Satyuga. Maharaj Uttanapada came in Satyuga. So back in Satyuga, this forest was known, Madhuvan. This is a very old, ancient place. So he went there, and first he decided that I will only take food every 3 days. And he was standing on one leg and performing great penances and austerities. After a month, he thought, wow, I'm such a sense enjoyer. Eating every 3 days. I'm so fallen. I'm only going to eat every 6th day. Imagine we decide to take a yatra from Bahrain to Vrindavan, and we tell you, yes, but you're only going to get prasad every 6th day. I don't think anybody will go. After some time, After another month went by, then he decided he would only drink water every 9 days. Then finally he came down to the 5th month. He decided, once he decided he's only going to take breath every 15 days, finally he decided the 5th month that he's just going to stop breathing altogether. But by this time, by his penances and austerities, because one performs penance and austerities, he gains lots of power. He was so powerful, he had practically identified himself with the whole universe. Because you imagine, if you're standing on one foot, then sometimes you'll wobble a little bit. But actually, the earth was wobbling. Because if he lost his balance a little bit, the earth began to wobble underneath him. And so many things were going on. And then finally, he decided to take breath, only one breath, stop breathing altogether. And he took one breath, and he was so powerful, he stopped the entire universal breathing. And all the demigods, they ran to Lord Brahma. And Lord Brahma, he started the universal breathing. And all the demigods, you got to go see this boy. Look what he just did, you know. So Lord told them, don't worry, I'm going. So then Dhruva Maharaj was sitting there, or standing there, meditating on the Lord within his heart, and suddenly the Lord disappeared. And he tried to again see the Lord within his heart. He couldn't see the Lord in his heart. Then he opened his eyes. He suddenly saw Lord is standing there in front of him. He was only 5 years old. In 5 months, he managed to see this Bhagavan. So we can just understand how fallen we are. We're 50 years going on, still we haven't seen Krishna. So, and he was just a little boy, and he was so shocked. Little boy, he doesn't know how to offer prayers, so Lord touched him with his conch shell. And then he offered so many beautiful prayers to the Lord. The whole chapter is there in Bhagavatam. All these prayers of Dhruva Maharaj for the Lord. And so then the Lord was very pleased. He said, my dear Dhruva, what do you want? And Prabhupada always quotes some verse. I can't remember which Purana it's from. That Swami Kritartosmi Bharam na yache. Kritarta, I'm fully satisfied. Bharam na yache, I won't beg anything. And Lord was very surprised. He said, you left your palace, you came here in the forest, you performed so many penance and austerities, now you say you don't want anything? He said, Swami Kritartosmi Bharam na yache. He said, I don't want anything. Because I was searching for broken pieces of glass. I don't know now, but when I was a kid, in America anyway, there's broken pieces of glass everywhere. Everybody drinks, they get drunk, they throw their bottles, broken pieces of glass all over the side of the road. Nobody cares for it. Broken piece of glass. And what he's calling broken piece of glass, he wanted a kingdom greater than Brahma. And he's saying, I was just looking for a broken piece of glass. What are our tiny material desires? Nothing. If that's a broken piece of glass, then what are our material desires? But when I have found you, a rare jewel, just like if you're just shifting through some glass and all of a sudden, huge diamond is there. Oh, you'll be so satisfied. When I have got you, rare jewel like you, I don't want kingdom or anything. And Lord said, okay, Dhruva, don't worry. Now, I will give you, first you will go back, you will become the king, and everyone will be satisfied with you because you're my devotee. If someone becomes a devotee, everyone eventually becomes happy. Though at first everyone's always against when you want to join Krishna consciousness. Everybody's saying, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? You know? So, come on, let's go have a drink. So everyone's against you. But eventually they realize that you're very happy. So when you go back, everyone, even Suruchi, will be very pleased with you. Don't worry about anything. You will rule the kingdom for thousands and thousands of years. And then I will give you one Vaikuntha planet. Because he has to give him something greater than Lord Brahma's, this material universe. But even within this material universe, there's a Vaikuntha planet that is the pole star. When you put a camera and you put it on timer, then you get the recording and you see all these little trails like this, round and round and round. But there's one star that just stays in the center. Everything is moving around that pole star. So that is Dhruvaloka. And there you will rule there in that Vaikuntha planet. So then Dhruva Maharaj, he left Madhuvan, he went back to Barhismati. Even Suruchi had tears in her eyes when she saw him. His brother Uttam embraced him. His mother Suniti was very happy with him. Everyone was very happy with him. He became the king. He ruled for thousands and thousands of years. We read in Srimad Bhagavatam. And now he's staying in the Dhruvaloka. So we read about these things in Bhagavatam. But we can go to Vrindavan and we can see the place. Very beautiful. We see that Vrindavan is becoming more like your Bahrain. But still some nice places. You can go to Dhruv Tila, very beautiful forest is there. We see peacocks, with their tails hanging down in the big tall trees there. And we hear them singing, ew, 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 oh. We used to hear them in Vrindavan too. When I joined Vrindavan Temple, we would hear the peacocks all night long. One would start over here, ew, 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 ew. All around they were in the trees. Now we don't hear them anymore unless you live on the edge of Vrindavan. Only during lockdown we started to hear the peacocks again. But we can go to Dhruv Tila, and there we hear the peacocks, and you hear the kokilas singing, and there's this very special little bird called what is his name? He's got a nice black coat and very white shirt, and his tail goes like this as he walks around the kun. There's a nice little kun there. Then he sits in one place and goes. And if two of them are walking around and they meet each other early in the morning, then they make a sound that's almost impossible to imitate. Quack, 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 quack. And there's another bird, the Brijbasi is called teeter. Prabhupada is translated as falcon partridge. And they run along the ground, and they go up in the trees at night, and in the morning, then you hear them singing. So the Brijbasis call them teeter. And they're all singing, Nitiaro, 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 Nitiaro. They're singing, the trees are all coming down, and they tell everybody about it. So like that very beautiful place, and so many tamal trees are there, and there's a beautiful forest there that you can do prikrama. You'll see, if you go in the afternoon, you'll see all the local Brijbasis. They do prikrama at night of Dhruv Tila. The beautiful forest path going around, very sweet place. And on top of the hill, Tila means hill, on top of the hill there's a big temple. Used to be a small temple. First time I went there, just a small little temple. And was all somewhat broken down and everything. And one nice sadhu was there, Vrindavan Das, he was the Mahant. And one time one of my god brothers said he wanted to do something for Dhruva Maharaj at Madhuban. So I went there and I asked Vrindavan what they needed. He said, well, this is a hill. When the rain comes, the hill is eroding away. So we need a retaining wall. So with that Lakshmi that my godbrother donated, we made a retaining wall around it. Then, I guess just because we paid some attention to Dhruv Tila, the next time we came and the temple was completely gone and lots of construction was going on, now a grand temple is there. Very grand temple. And for many years there was a very wonderful mahant there named Nrsimha Baba. He was my very, very dear friend. And the local Brishbazi, they used to call him Ninu Baba. Ninu Baba. His actual name was Nrsimha Baba. That they always make things small. So Ninu Baba. And Ninu Baba, he was actually a Brishbazi from Madhuvan who actually became a sadhu. Because generally Brishbazis don't become sadhus. They're all enjoyers like anything. So, but he became a sadhu. And he never wandered all over Braj. Sometimes I would see him at Mangalartik in Krishna Balaram Mandir. And he told me that's the only place. He goes to Vrindavan to see the Mangalartik at Krishna Balaram Mandir, and then he comes back to Madhuvan. He go to Vrindavan, spend the night, then see the Mangalartik in Krishna Balaram Mandir, and go back to him. He never wandered around. Now, several years ago, he's also moved on. But very glorious temple is there. And you can see Dhruv and Narayan and Narad Muni and Lakshmi Narayan on another altar, and even who's that other rishi that he met there? Uddhav. Yeah, Uddhav. There's a little on one altar. Uddhav is there because he met the Lord there in Madhuvan, and then who met him? That was the Lord. Somebody met him there, and he said, no, now Krishna's gone, I'm going to the Himalayas, so you go see Maitreya Rishi. So I can't remember who that was. But anyway, he's also there on the altar there. Very beautiful temple. A very sweet place. So by hearing this name, Swayambhuva Manu, I was remembering all of these pastimes of Braj. And you can come there, and we can take you. This is one of the closest forts. Closest fort is Bahulavan, maybe 20 minutes away. This one's maybe 30 minutes away. So we'll leave some time. We'll put our voice to rest here. If anybody has any questions, we can try to give the answer. Hare Krishna. Fell asleep in my class, no questions.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I have a question on some philosophical part which you said in between your lila. You had given that example where Uttanapad was being asked about the happiness of his family members.
Yes.
When he said, everyone is happy in my kingdom. So it was little intriguing for me when you said that. And sometimes we also face such situation where we think that if we are doing some of our external duties, which is outside the home, we are doing that and family members are happy because indirectly we are doing it for them also. But could be the family members have different expectations. So how can we, because you said that I think Manu, right? Manu told him that are they not in your family?
Yeah.
So even if I am doing something nightly, so probably externally everyone is happy with me, around me, with my whatever I am doing, service or something, but family members may not be happy. So how can we balance this, that my own family members?
It takes experience. We have to learn how to balance things. That takes, you just keep trying, and gradually by experience Krishna will reveal to you how to balance properly, and you consult with your older god brothers. We always have to have some friend in Krishna consciousness that who we can confide in, whom we trust, who can give us guidance. It's very important in Krishna consciousness. Just like some temples instituted this counselor system. So it's always very good to have some older people who know you very well and know your situation very well, and they can give you proper guidance. But gradually, by experience, we learn how to balance. Practice makes perfect, we say. Any other questions?
Hare Krishna.
Let's send back the mic back there.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu Dandavad Pranam. Prabhuji, as we are talking about Vrindavan, so when we go there in Vrindavan now these days, the materialism, the people, the way, the traffic and all those things are this much, that how we raise ourselves from this material factor and get connected with the spiritual, the things that is mentioned in the scripture. This become very difficult.
One time I remember one devotee was very upset when he saw Vrindavan, and he was downtown buying some things from the shop, and he began to complain to the shopkeeper. And the shopkeeper got a far off look in his eyes and said, "Prabhu, don't try to see Vrindavan with your eyes. Try to see Vrindavan with your heart." And that completely opened him up. You don't see Vrindavan with your eyes, you see Vrindavan with your heart. All I know is when I'm in Vrindavan, no matter what's going on, I just feel at home. There's some special energy there that you can feel with your heart. You may not see it with your eyes, but you can feel it with your heart. So you have to go, it's forcing us to go deep, to uncover that real Vrindavan.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhu, we have been instructed by our senior devotees when we go to Vrindavan, especially any dhams, not to have any dispute with those local, like Vrajavasis or whoever it is.
Yeah, as much as possible we try to avoid.
But because they are telling that they are eternal associates of the Lord, so that's why they got the birth in that place. So how do we feel, how we can react if someone is offending us? Is it because of our karma, or is it...
Well, just like when Jagadananda wanted to go to Vrindavan, somehow Mahaprabhu was not letting him go. Finally, somehow Mahaprabhu told him to go. They gave him permission to go. And he said, you go there, you stay with Sanatana Goswami, you see all the places. He said, you will not understand the Brijvasis. Don't offend them. He said, but don't have intimate dealings with them. And then he told him, and he returned. He didn't tell him to stay there. He said, you return. Because if you will go to Vrindavan, and you stay there, just like in English, we have a saying, familiarity breeds contempt. Gradually, you'll forget that it is Vrindavan. And just become absorbed in eating, sleeping, and making politics and so many things. He said, but you come back. And if you come back, then you'll always think, oh, I went to that wonderful place, Vrindavan. We saw the Krishna Balaram Mandir. We fed cow laddus to the cows in the Goshala. We saw so many wonderful temples. We saw so many wonderful places. We went on Prikrama with Dina Bandhu. When can I go again? When can I go again? And if you're always thinking of when can I go again to Vrindavan, that means you're always remembering Vrindavan. And one who always remembers Vrindavan, he actually lives in Vrindavan. So if somehow there's some dispute, just try to ignore it somehow or another. Somebody may be offending you, some local Brajvasi. Just accept it as some Krishna testing you in some way. He said, don't associate intimately and don't offend. And you find a balance there like that.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranams. You are settled in Vrindavan for past 50 years, 40 years. I'm sure you must have done so many parikramas and see all the nook and cranny of Vrindavan and enjoyed it immensely. My question is, have you ever contemplated moving away from Vrindavan and settling somewhere else?
I don't know, I came to Vrindavan actually 50 years ago, 1974. And those days things were a lot different. There wasn't all this nice bottled water, and the local water just upset our stomachs. We were all sick like anything. So first we got sick in Mayapur. It wasn't those days. They didn't have nice kitchens and nice things. They just set up a kitchen outside, and they had hired the karmi workers, and we were all so sick, just running to the bathroom every 5 minutes, and then the electricity would go out, and there was no generator, and eventually the water tanks would run out, and then you had to go down all the way down because it was only now they call it the Lotus building was the only building, and we had to come down three flights of stairs, and there was a hand pump, and you're holding your stomach and you're trying to pump water at the same time. And there was some bathrooms down below. We were so sick. And they're cooking with buffalo ghee. Next year, Prabhupada had them send nice ghee from New Zealand. And they had devotees cooking. And now it's very nice. They have everything is so nice for us. So Guru Das and Jamuna, they were there in Vrindavan, and they heard how we were so sick, so they made very nice, soft, mild prasad for us and everything. So so nice care. But somehow or other, I just felt this is my home. Even Mayapur, my stomach would be so upset, but I'd look across those days you could look across the fields and see the yoga pit, and you could see the Ganga. Just felt this is my home. So somehow or other, I just felt Vrindavan. And then I tried for 10 years. I always had some very responsible service that my GBC would never let me leave irresponsibly. So, but somehow or other, after serving Vrindavan, I always left nice donations for the cows and especially for Prabhupada's house in Vrindavan and maintenance. And somehow I served Vrindavan for 10 years, and now Krishna doesn't let me go anywhere.
Hare Krishna. So, Prabhuji, thank you for your wonderful class. And we would like to thank Prabhuji by chanting one time Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So Prabhuji has written the part 3 of Vraj Leela, a beautiful book on Vrindavan. And the book actually, the beauty about it is that you don't have to go to Vrindavan to actually experience Govardhan. And there are around 285 photographs Prabhuji has taken. Beautiful book actually. I bought it yesterday. I was going through it. I think every devotee who actually wants to experience Vrindavan sitting in Bahrain can actually buy this book. Just go through all the photographs itself. Will make you pure. So nice book, Prabhuji.
They were all done by
Arthabandhu Prabhu. So thank you very much, Prabhuji, for bringing this book across. So we have only limited copies here. Yesterday, a few of the copies already went. Any devotee who wants to actually have their own copy, take Vrindavan home, can actually come and actually, Prabhuji will sign the book himself, and you can actually take the book there. Yeah. So it is the cost of the book is 8 dinars. So anybody who wants actually can either benefit pay me or cash, give me cash, and actually take the signature of Prabhuji and have your own copy. Hare Krishna. Yes. Prabhuji is coming actually first. Yeah, Prabhuji has a pen. You have a pen? I don't have pen. Sadhan bro, pen. Pen. I want? Yes, please come. Whoever wants the books, Matajis can come on this side, Prabhujis can come on this side, and Prabhujis can come on from this side, and Matajis can come this side, and you can actually have your book. Prabhuji, just write their names. I'll tell you. Ragunaga Bhaktiman. Hare Krishna. So the Janmashtami celebration continues. So we have, as Prabhuji has been announcing, on Krishna Janmashtami, we have a special Kalash Abhishekam on 25th August with a sponsoring to only 31 BD. So this is a great opportunity for devotees and the family together to actually do Kalash Abhishek, and the Kalash also can be given along with nice dinner prasadam. One thing is that, where you as Mataji especially, who do not get an opportunity to do Abhishekam, there is an opportunity for all of you to come and actually do Abhishekam. And devotees who have sponsored 21 BD, they can actually add 10 BD onto that and make it 31 BD now, and actually participate in Kalash Abhishek. So this is an opportunity the temple management is giving. So also, this is not for actually devotees, but basically to all the outsiders where we meet them, we can actually invite them to the temple and actually have that opportunity for them to connect to Krishna. So we request all specially initiated devotees who are serving to take this opportunity to spread the Janmashtami festival announcements, and also to connect them by sponsoring this Kalash Abhishek. Hare Krishna. Actually, Kalash Abhishekam in Bahrain is, I think, is the cheapest across the entire globe, actually. So you have a great opportunity. So please, try and connect your friends to actually come here. Haribol. Apart from that, 27th August will be Nanda Utsav and Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada's appearance day. We will also have a great feast on that day. By our fortune is that, His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu will be here throughout the Janmashtami festival and Nanda Utsav. Hare Krishna. And today's evening program is that 7 p.m. there is Sandhya Arati. Before that, 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. there is a special class by His Grace Sri Ram Charana Arvinda Prabhu, who has come from Salem. ISKCON Salem. He is here in Bahrain. So he is going to give a special class to Tamil devotees in Tamil. So devotees who know Tamil, please attend this class in the evening from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. 7:30 p.m. there will be recitation of Madhurashtakam. 7:45 p.m. there will be a class again by His Grace Dinabandhu Prabhu. And then 8:30 p.m. there will be drama and prasadam distribution after that. Today's morning Bhoga Pro sponsors are Ramesh Prabhu and Hema Mahalakshmi Mataji on the occasion of daughter's birthday, Uttara and Kirtana. Shriya Radhakrishnan, our daughter of Kirtanesh Prabhu and Mataji, for the pleasure of the Lordship. Aradhya Govinda Prabhu and family. Rasa Sindhu Vrajakumar Prabhu family on the occasion of his daughter Tulsi's Annaprashna. Evening Bhoga sponsors are R. Munyan Chandran Prabhu and Krishna Mal and Monisha Meena on the occasion of Munyan Chandran Prabhu's father, Ramachandra